Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So what's your name?
Rommel.
Why did you leave school?
I left school because I felt like, all right, we're talking about high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I left high school because I felt like the environment was just too big for me. You know, there was only one teacher in the classroom, so I really wasn't able to get the help that I really needed from that one teacher being in that classroom full of like 30 kids, you know, so it was really hard for me to focus and just get the knowledge that I really thought I needed.
Do you feel you dropped out or were pushed out of school?
I feel I was pushed out of school because there was a point in time when I was going to school tardied like almost every day, and I felt like if the teachers or the members of the school was like ready to push me to actually wake up on time and get to school on time, then I probably would have got a high school diploma, but that wasn't the case.
Can answer. Why is it their responsibility though?
Well, I'm not gonna say it was their responsibility, but I just felt like, you know, like at that moment of time, like I needed tough love, you know, like I needed someone that was motivating and supportive of me going to school, not waking up every single day late to go to school, you know. So I really didn't have that type of support in the living situation I was in, so I was just like shocked once I got discharged, basically pushed out.
Sorry. So they just because you had so many tardiness, they just dropped you out,
Yeah.
and they didn't tell you, or
They said it was due to, you know, like attendance situations. You know, I was going to school late, like almost like every single day. Like literally like every single day I was going to school late, and I only lived right down the street. So
So they just said out of here, no more school for you.
yeah, basically. That was my second high school that I went to, actually.
And they gave you no warning at all, and they didn't say, hey, you might be kicked out of school.
No.
that's a BPS school?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were targeted by teachers or school administrators? If so, was that why you dropped out of school?
I wouldn't say I felt targeted by any of the administrators or the teachers or anybody who worked there, you know. Like, fair to say, like, it was probably like my personal reasons why, you know, I was going to school late and not being able to focus the way I wanted to, but I didn't feel like anybody was against me about it, no.
So what things targeted the reason why you didn't want to go to school anymore?
You really want to know those things?
Yeah.
All right. I started smoking weed. I was having housing situations with basically a family member. I was living with my dad and my uncle at one time, and I got into an altercation with my uncle, then which forced me to move out of there. Yeah, just multiple things. You know, I was always getting into fights. I was never in trouble with the police, but you know, I always had my head in the streets and not in the books.
So you think the schools you went to or the schools in general are gonna help?
Are gonna help what?
How
Like-
could they have helped you?
Oh, how could they have helped? You know, just motivating me, just telling me every single day, like, you know, you can do this. Like, the work that we give you, like, we give it to you just so we can help you, you know? Like, they're not doing anything to hurt me or make me feel any low of myself, so,
Do you feel like they just gave up on you?
no.
You don't feel like they gave up
Well,
on
I
you?
don't feel like that the teachers gave up on me, no, but I guess the people who made the decision of me being discharged, yes.
Did this unfair treatment happen often or many times, or was this a one-time event?
Well, while I was going to school in BPS, I really wasn't untreated fairly at all, you know, like, I was treated basically pretty fairly like every other student was. It was just, you know, that little mishap that I have had with my personal issues, you know, that's just what really was the problem.
Right, you may not have felt like you were treated unfairly, but at the same time, they just dropped you, right? They just discharged you. Did they give you any guidance of where to go next? What's your next step? Hey, you
Yeah,
go to
well,
school.
you know, the teachers wise, yeah, they cared about that, you know, but when it came to like the administrative people, like that was there probably like working in the offices with the principal or whatever, you know. I personally don't know who it was, but yeah, I feel like the teachers like were fine, you know, like I know they didn't have no say in whether I was to get discharged or not, you know, they all wanted me there, they all wanted me in class, so they all wanted me to succeed. There was really nothing bad I could say about them.
Okay. Let's go on to the next. So maybe how did leaving school?
How did this affect your life, both negatively and positively?
Negatively, I wasn't able to get my high school diploma. You know, I kind of let down a lot of people due to that. But positively, I feel like it's given me an opportunity to explore new things. You know, like being in alternative education, it's changed me in some ways of good, but I know there was a lot of things in high school that I could have learned and took from that would have bettered me to make me a better person also. But in alternative education, I just, you know, I feel like the flow is good. You know, the classes aren't as big. You know, the teachers are helpful. Anytime you need it, text me, call me, email me, whatever, you know. So, yeah.
So if they didn't have alternative education, what things think would happen?
I think not even myself, you know, like and I wouldn't want to say like I speak for like a lot of people, but I know I can say if there was no alternative education, you know, people would just be going crazy. Like they would be on the streets causing mayhem, probably robbing people, stealing, like everything, like just craziness, you know. Like if you just do high school and you get kicked out of high school, you drop out of high school, whatever, and there's no alternative education, what else is there for you to do? You can't get a steady job or anything else like that because you have no high school diploma or GED, you feel me? So that right there is just dropping out of high school plus no alternative education equals mayhem.
Despite what happened to you,
No, 8. Go to 8.
why should students who make mistakes be given a second chance?
Well, you know, a lot of students, that first mistake can be an eye opener or a door opener to so many opportunities and resources. You know, like I know once I made that first mistake, I never made that same mistake again. You know, so you know, you learn from your first mistake, and hopefully, if you do make the second mistake, you learn from the second mistake and give that third shot a go. But me personally, that first mistake, I learned from that, and then I make sure I never make it again.
Go ahead, ask 7. It's the last question.
Despite what happened to you, what have you been able to accomplish, and what successes have you made?
Accomplishments, you know, something I never thought I'd really be able to do, and I did, was get a job. You know, like not having a high school diploma, everybody was just telling me, you know, oh, you'll never get a job, this and that, like you'll never better yourself or anything like that. I had no high school diploma or GED. I started working for Teen Empowerment. There's a job right there, you know. Even after that, I still had no high school diploma or GED. Started working for High School Task Force. Still no high school diploma or GED. Started working for Bison, the Boston Youth Service Network, and you know, just trying to better myself to get a GED, and also, you know, making time for me to make my money when I feel like I need it, you know.
And what kind of jobs are those?
So basically, those are all community-based organization jobs, you know. In our term, we call CBOs. And basically, you know, Teen Empowerment was just a focused around youth in a certain community. and that community just happened to be Eggleston, where I'm from, in Roxbury. And
But
you know,
so more like what's your role there? Because I know what you do.
So
You know,
basically, my role when I was there was
in all those different things. Because it was like you were like a youth leader, right?
Yeah, I was basically like one of a peer leader for the youth. You know, I was advocating for youth for a certain amount of time and in certain situations, and it was just, you know, it was just like a great feeling. You feel me? Like, I really didn't want to do anything else but that type of work, you know. Like, there was a point in time I didn't even want to get my GED because that type of work was just like so interesting that I wanted to put my full focus on it. But, you know, like, even jobs like that, even if I wanted to be like one of the people who was running a program like that, I would have to have my GED. So that's why I'm here.
I think that's good. Anything you want to add?
Um,
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.